Good morning, my lovelies. This is Maya broadcasting out the UK, and today is another whips in progress, works in progress, finished objects, but there's not lots to show this time. I am sorry, guys. I've been very busy planning things. I have a lot of things that have been going on this week. So, anyway, let's just show you works in progress. Well, I'm still on these. This is as far as I got. Remember, this is supposed to be the matching set to this. And I hope you can see the colors better. Remember the hat that I wore last time. So this is supposed to be the matching set. Still no heel in this one. And this one's just about getting up to the heel, for planned heel. Anyway, so this is still work in progress. Most probably going to do it today. Then I have a finished. The big brown dress is still. I haven't done anything on that, so that's also still. That's most probably going to be a long-term thing. And I did finish my mitts. It's a pity it doesn't show up that well with the lighting. I want to show you something on this specifically. Let me just roll up my arms because I think this is super interesting. Remember, this is the From Black to Strawberries and Cream yarn that I dyed a few weeks ago. Is it now a couple of weeks ago? I can't even remember. Right. I want to show you this because this is interesting how this turned out. Now, remember there were 250-gram balls because I dyed these in a sock blank, right? So look at how the pattern has turned out on here. Okay, you see how the pattern, okay, I know it's twisted a little bit, so I didn't put it on straight. There we go, it's twisted. Right. But can you see how the yarn is pooled here? Okay, and now I made the hat to it. First, I did a different beginning. You see, it's like a pinhole beginning with a cross increase, and then I did what I would call a thumb increase after I did the small lines. So when I did here a thumb increase, but look how this is panned out. Can you see how different this is? How this has turned out? Okay, I made this a shorter one. Let's see. Here we go. So this is more of like a small, I could have made it longer. I did have some left over, but I thought I want this more for spring, so it doesn't need to be so hot, as in it doesn't need to be super low. So you see how this is pulled out? I'll put my head down. I don't know how I did did I put the increase in the front? Anyway, so you can put this on various times, but I thought that was very interesting how this came out. Tiny little circles. And I haven't blocked these yet. So tiny little circles. And then the circles just got bigger. Which is really odd because it was exactly the same same yarn. So that's my finished object, my only two finished objects. But I have been pre-planning, and my next, where did that come from? Oh yes, yeah, is I'm going to be doing a big die. I'm going to be using Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Bulky. This is 100% Peruvian Highland wool, and it's not superwash, which means one's got to dye this carefully so it doesn't get tangled and felted. And I did a swatch. I knitted up a swatch. Here's my swatch, because I'm going to make like a poncho cardigan with maybe with the hood. I'm not sure of it, so I needed to know, because this is bulky weight. Bulky weight means it's most probably a 5 or 6 millimeter. Well, this is on being knitted on a 5 millimeter. It would be the equivalent of a 5 millimeter needle. 5 millimeters or 6 millimeters needles. So this is a 5 weight if that's of any use. So this is my swatch. This is one full ball that I knitted up here, so that I know how long is it going to be, because I need to plan this out how I'm going to be doing it. So I don't know, maybe I noticed that the other two dye videos haven't been looked at that much, but maybe this is more interesting. So I'm going to be making a full cardigan and dyeing. I think I worked out it's going to be at least 8 hanks of this, at least 8 of these. Most probably 10. So that's what I've been doing. I've been planning out things, and that's all I've been up to this week, apart from the other videos that I've done. So stay tuned for next week, and let's see how we get on, because I will start doing this. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be doing it. I'm still planning out how I'm going to be doing the dyeing, but I think it's going to be, I've decided on the colors. It's going to be so that it works up from the bottom. I'm going to do a fringe. I'm not 100% sure about the fringe, but if I do a fringe at the bottom, it's going to be blue. Then it's going to go, the cardigan itself is going to go into purple, red, and pink. And then I haven't decided on whether I'm going to make a hood or not, but then the hood would also be a pink hood, because otherwise it looks weird. I was thinking first blue. If the fringe was going to be blue, then I'd maybe do a blue hood, but I think that would just look weird. So I'm going to stick, if it's going to be blue, purple, red, and pink, or just purple, red, and pink. So that's the plan so far, and I'm going to get cracking with that, because that might take a while. That's a bigger project again. But somehow it's the dress itself. I don't know, something's keeping me from it. I'm not quite sure, because it is just a knit and purl. It's not that strenuous. Anyway, I will be finishing that. I will be getting on to that bit by bit. I've only done the first panel, but that's going to be a very long one, isn't it? I said it was going to be a long one. Actually, I'm still thinking about whether I make it skirt and top. I'm still thinking about that too, so maybe that's what's keeping me from it, because I haven't quite made up my mind how far I'm going to be going, and or if it's going to be a dress, not a top, whether I'm going to decrease, so that there's a little bit of shaping. So there's various things that I'm still thinking about. So I'm loving you and leaving you, and wishing you to have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.